We need to start thinking for ourselves. This is a business. Health, holistic wellness, we need this in our life, especially what's going on in the world. When you realize that, you realize how powerful you truly are. It not only is good for your mind, but it's good for your soul. It's good for your physical body. Your skin is vibrant. You smell amazing. You look incredible. It's just important to know that you've been lied to. Hey y'all, and welcome back to Vibe Hard Training. Tonight, I really wanted to react to my mentor, TWALK. In this podcast, he dives deep into the root causes to majority of our ailments and illnesses that we have here in the United States of America. Okay, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. And also talks about how they're profiting. These big corporations, they're profiting off of our sickness and illness. And as someone who is transitioning into being fully plant-based, alkaline, vegan, my hubby bear, my boyfriend, just called me and said, babe, do you want to eat meat tonight? And I said, no. I said no, right? So with that said, y'all, I'm just like, I need to be eating more fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds. I'm actually about to make me an acai bowl. As you see in my self-love Sunday video that I made, I clearly showed you guys what I put in it. So I'm actually going to start putting ashwagandha, and here are some of the benefits of ashwagandha there. Super powerful herb. I'm going to start adding that. I already normally just put my bladderwrack powder in my smoothies. So yeah, let's just get into the reaction of this video. We're actually gonna go in my room because my hubby's going to be here soon and he needs to be in the living room. So we're gonna head in my room for the reaction. Okay, y'all, so we're settled. As we know, it is so important to not only care about what you put into your body, but be aware. Okay, so be aware and care. Okay, so with that said, we're gonna get into it. I have my other device here to help us out. Bear with me. Thank you. And with that said, I have to download it from my app and I will screen record right here. And let's react to it. And also make sure that y'all click the link below and subscribe to my free Facebook support group. I'm waiting on y'all. I don't know why you haven't clicked already. Go click the link, y'all. All right, let's get into this video.
They found cures for everything else medically. Why haven't it been found? Is it a money thing? Like tell me, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
It's definitely a money thing. So what a lot of people don't understand is BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, they are the top holders of all these companies. So I call it the vicious cycle. So if they're the top shareholders in all the fast food chains, Mars Incorporated, which is your Snickers bars, your Skittles, you name it, it covers everything.
Okay, y'all know I used to love me some Snickers. Okay, some Snickers bars. Yes, that was my favorite candy growing up. FYI. Okay.
In that, and then they pass you off to the doctors, right? They're the top shareholders in all those doctors' offices, right? And then they pass you off to CVS and Walgreens, who, again, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, top shareholders. Okay, then that doesn't work, and those cause more health issues. They pass you off to the hospitals, top shareholders. Then that doesn't work. Funeral homes, top shareholders, right? So every way you spin it, they're making trillions of dollars over these decades, keeping you sick. So the goal is to keep you sick so they can pass on generational wealth, and that's the way they know how to do it, right? Yeah. Soursop leaf.
Okay, so y'all heard him. Y'all heard what he said, right? The goal is to keep the masses of people sick because they profit off of it. I tell my grandma this all the time, right? And I'm sure she wouldn't care if I shared this, but she's on some medications, right? And I told her, I said, those are drugs. They're not medicine, right? A lot of people are misinformed that these things are. Now, I'm not saying follow Dr. Ashley's advice and get off your medication, okay? Because I do not take sole control over your life. However, what I'm saying is we need to start thinking for ourselves and realize that this is a business, okay? And in order to stay in business, they have to make profit. In order to make profit, they have to sell you drugs, pharmaceuticals, prescriptions, okay? It's not medicine. Your healthcare is essentially your lifestyle. What are you eating every day? Are you exercising? Are you working out? Are you going to the gym? Are you meditating? Okay, these are the things that are your healthcare, essentially, right? So taking drugs just to put a bandage over the root issue has never been sustainable for long-term health and longevity. So let's get back into the video. Just wanted to say that really quick.
Cancer, but it's not. A lot of people hear the herbs and they just sprinkle those on top of the Burger King. You know, you can't keep eating the Burger King, the McDonald's, the Arby's, even the steak, the grilled chicken, which a lot of people don't like when I say, because these foods are high in acid. So if your body's in an acidic condition, that's where disease loves to live and grow. You want your body in an alkaline condition. So every meat, including fish, because fish is meat, right, is high in acid. So fish is high in uric acid. Your dairy and eggs high in lactic acid. Your carbonic acid is coming from the beige foods, the pastas, even the white rice, the honey buns, right? And then the unhealthy beans, which are hard to digest, like black beans, are high in phytic acid. So every meal of the day, most people are eating some form of acid. Wow. So this creates an inflammatory condition in your body. When your body's inflamed, that's when you have pain. So the body cannot produce pain if you don't have inflammation, right? And this is where gout and arthritis.
Great points, TWALK. So inflammation, pain, inflammation, right? If you watch my previous videos where I talk about, like, I had that sciatic pain in my lower back, it was coming all the way up into my neck. I tend to really stress up in my neck area. And I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all hear noise. I live right across the street from a lot of businesses. I already mentioned this before in one of my other videos, so I apologize for that. But hopefully the cancellation mode is kicking in and we can just finish this video. There's a lot going on today, right now, at this moment. But here we are making the video because I said, you know what, Vibe High Training, you need to stop making excuses and just push the content. Okay, so I'm giving y'all this juicy content because health, holistic wellness, we need this in our life, especially what's going on in the world. Okay, we need to raise our vibration and realize that you create your reality, essentially, right? So whatever you pay attention to, whatever you focus on is going to grow exponentially. So take heed of that. All right. So with inflammation, with pain, like I was saying in my previous videos that I've made, I had that inflammation, and it stems from maybe not stretching and meditating, right? And being mindful of your body, but also it's the food we're eating. Okay. So if you eat a lot of starch foods, a lot of acid forming, mucus forming foods, you're going to have pain. You're going to have inflammation. That's just how the game goes. I didn't make it up. Okay. Y'all know I love food, right? Y'all know I love food, but we cannot overindulge in the standard American diet. And unfortunately, because it is a SAD diet, that's why it's called SAD, Standard American Diet. It's the SAD diet. It makes you sad. It makes our loved ones sad because it is cancer causing. A lot of the acid, right? Cancer cannot live in your body if it's alkaline, but it can if it's acidic. Okay. So we have to remove these things from our diet, essentially remove them from our lifestyle, and just be on a more holistic health side of wellness.
Gout and arthritis comes from. If you look up gout, literally it'll say it comes from high levels of uric acid in the body. But most people don't correlate and think to look up what causes uric acid, which everything will tell you that it's meat.
Wow.
So we have to detox. We have to cleanse the lymphatic system, cleanse the blood. You actually have lymph nodes all over your body, right? So what this is, that's your lymphatic system, and short is your immune system. If you look at your immune system, it's all the lymphatic organs. So we talk about blood a lot, but in fact, your body is actually 75% lymphatic fluid. So out of all the fluid in your body, it's 75% lymphatic fluid and only 25% blood. So why are we not talking about that lymphatic fluid? Because when you have lymphatic stagnation, that's when your body gets sick also. So we have lymphatic stagnation, we have acid buildup, we have inflammation, we have high levels of mucus in our body from these mucus forming foods, which is the dairy primarily, right? And this is when your body's biggest organ, which is your skin, starts to show it, right? You get acne, right? You get skin issues, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, you name it, right? That's your
when I tell y'all the body is a miraculous thing, it's always in a state of constantly wanting to heal itself. And when you realize that, you realize how powerful you truly are, right? Never depend on an outside source for your own health. So with that said, for myself, I know myself. Okay, so if I eat a burger, pizza, fries, drink alcohol, don't work out, don't exercise, not being mindful of my day, very agitated, very irritated, my frequency is low, my vibration is not high. Okay. I can see it. Like, my body shows it. I'm bloated. I'm huge. I'm breaking out. However, on the flip side, when I'm actually taking heed of what I put into my body, when I'm mindful, when I'm aware of my surroundings, when I am grateful, when I show gratitude, when I am thankful for the food, the healthy, holistic, healing food that I put into my body, it not only is good for your mind, but it's good for your soul. It's good for your physical body, right? It shows. Your skin glows. Am I a rapper? Yes, I am. Okay. Your skin is vibrant. You smell amazing. You look incredible. And this is all with nutrition, what you're putting in your body. Very important.
I had high cholesterol. I was 275 pounds, right? I had sleep apnea, which means I was choking in my sleep, which means my blood was clogged and I had poor heart health. Severe bulging disc in my back, the highest level, which meant when I would walk through grocery stores, through the malls, I'd have to sit down on the bench, crack my back. Like, had gynecomastia, which meant I was growing a female breast on my right side, right? And this is they call it a common issue because when boys hit puberty at 13 and 14 typically, right, your hormones are out of whack and unbalanced due to your mom feeding you the soy. So a lot of people, when they switch to plant-based, they switch to soy products, right? Yeah. The tempeh, the tofu, but soy is the most genetically modified product on this earth, and they store it in big metal containers, so it's high in heavy metals. 2 days ago, I posted all my detailed blood work, down to the smallest biomarkers. Everything's perfect. How many of these people do you see post their blood work, right? How many of them have these testimonials of people no longer having cancer? These people that are pushing the meat, how many of them are showing people no longer having diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, you name it? I have those testimonials, so this is real results from now over tens of thousands of people.
Man, I love barbecue sauce, bro. Let's bring some of this stuff over that they say that's healthy.
That's probably got high fructose corn syrup in
it.
Ooh,
that's sweet. Yo, you got to do the Sweet Baby Ray's, T. Come on, bro. What you put on your mushroom steak?
Let me see.
You got to put the Sweet Baby Ray's on it, bro.
Let me see. What I say, number one ingredient before I even brought it over, high fructose corn syrup. That's horrible for your nervous system, damaging the neurotransmitters in your brain, which is your brain's ability to function, right? You know, we're talking to high level people right now. So if you want to be high level, you want your brain functioning at a high level.
The barbecue sauce tastes so good.
This is going to slow your brain down.
What's the alternative, bro?
We got high fructose corn syrup, modified cornstarch, right? Pineapple juice from concentrate. Anytime it's from concentrate, that's not real juice. Natural flavors, you never know what that is. Molasses is another word for sugar. Caramel color is another word for sugar. Sodium benzoate is a preservative, right? Horrible for you and your nervous system, which is why many people are coming to me with MS. I'm looking at the top ingredients. We got dextrose, which is another word for sugar. Maltodextrin, which is another word for sugar. That's worse for you than white sugar, spikes your blood sugar levels. Fructose, rice flour, soy, which we just talked about, natural flavors, you don't know what that is. And then it'll say all these vitamins, but those see, it says vitamin C, B, A, right? In bold letters, because they want to make you feel like you're doing something kind of healthy, right? I'm sure on the front of it, it's going to say only 170 calories, right? Only 12 grams of added sugar. They're going to enlarge all that stuff, but fail to tell you about what these ingredients are doing to you and all the preservatives. And these vitamins they put in here are synthetic vitamins, right? So you want your body to be as electrical as possible, which we can talk about, right? Because your body is electric. So many people that are in holistic health, they've heard Dr. Sebi before, right? And he always says, electric, it's electric. You need electric food, your electric body. What we were referring to when we say that is angstroms, which is a measurement of the radio wave, of every living thing. So we have a specific measurement of angstroms. The food does also. So when you look at a healthy human body, when measuring angstroms, it always comes in above 6,500 angstroms, which is that electricity, okay? When we look at an unhealthy human body, like somebody that's in the hospital, suffering from severe cancer, you name it, just had a heart attack, it's always going to come in below 4,000 angstroms because they have lower electricity in their body. They're not charged up anymore, okay? So then I say, look at the food. What food has the highest angstroms? It's all fruit. Every fruit is going to come in around 10,000 to 12,000 angstroms, meaning it's the most electrical thing you could put in your body. When you look at vegetables, it's coming around about 8,000 angstroms, depending on the vegetable. Now, there's a huge drop-off when we look at the dairy and the eggs. This comes in around 1,500 angstroms. Now, the biggest drop-off is the meat. Every meat, no matter what it is 0 angstroms. That means it has 0 electricity for your electric body. So why would you eat that thinking that it's charging you up? These are simple, peer-reviewed, studied facts.
So with that said, y'all, that is the end of the podcast. And a lot was said. However, it's just important to know that you've been lied to in all angles, and to really take heed of your health in order to really have your body functioning at a high level. You want to make sure that you know what you're putting in your body, right? They put all these different chemicals, all these additives, all these preservatives into our food, right? And in order to vibrate at the highest level, fruit is always best. Working out, exercising, going to the beach, you know? Me and my boyfriend went to the beach this morning. It was beautiful. Like, we felt amazing. I literally want to go to the beach every single day. So with that said, y'all, I know this video is very short and sweet, straight to the point. A lot was said in the video, a lot of information. Make sure to click the link below and subscribe to the free Facebook support group. We are waiting for y'all. We want you there. So make sure you don't miss out. I'm always posting new gems weekly on there. We have great guests on there. Also, stay tuned. A lot coming for you guys. So I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to stay high vibrational, and I love y'all. Make sure to take care of your health. And y'all, I know y'all saw me struggling. I wasn't trying to be distracting, but y'all know I love my sparkling water. So cheers. I'm about to go work out. Your girl, it is 5:40 and I need to be in the gym because I had a long day today. So yeah, I had a very long, productive day. Like I said, I washed my hair, I ran errands, went to the store, went to the beach, about to work out right now, and then about to cook dinner. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this short, sweet video, straight to the point. Make sure you take care of yourself, take care of your body, especially in the state the world is in right now. We definitely want to have a high vibration. Make sure you're exercising and putting healthy, holistic things into your body. And with that said, y'all, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, love, and light. Stay high vibrational. Love y'all. Bye.